What is happening, everybody? Thank you so much for being here. I haven't done a stream in such a long time. I see there are so many people in the chat. Thank you so much. Awesome to see you guys, man. It is Friday night, just after 8 p.m. In South Africa, and I am super, super, super excited. So, first of all, guys, if you can see me proper, you can hear me proper, just give us a thumbs up. Let me know in the chat so that I know everything is going smoothly. And yeah, man, so many people already. Yeah, Marlon, thanks, buddy. I appreciate you guys. Ellen, Chris, Cynthia. Yeah, Subin. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Yeah, Friday night. I'm having some refreshments. And yeah, guys, we're gonna have a lekker chat. In South Africa, lekker means good, awesome, just for the slang, so you guys understand. But yeah, I'm really excited. XP Deus #2. So that's what we're going to be talking about. But as you can see, right over well, there we are. Gear Talk Friday. So this is something that I've been threatening to do for a really long time. And that is just, doing a gear talk. I love gear. I love metal detecting. I love everything about it. I love pinpointers. I love gloves. I love whatever, everything gear related. I just I really enjoy. So that's what I want to talk about. But I want you guys to engage with us, especially when we start talking about the new XP coming out. I want to talk about what I love about XP in general. I've got the XP Deus. I also use the ORX from time to time. I love the machine. I really honestly think it's probably one of the best machines out there in the market. So I think just, with the new XP Deus 2, that is going to be released soon, it's just going to be absolutely killer. So I'm really excited about that. I think that they have done what we asked for. Stuff like waterproof and shockproof, but we're going to get in all of that. But yeah, Gear Talk Fridays, man. This is something that I want to do going forward. Talk about all sorts of gear. But I really need you guys to help us, talk with us. Just engage, and I'm going to try and get a few people on the stream as well. So tonight I'm going to have a good friend of mine that's going to be talking with us, so John Guthrie. He's got the inside scoop when it comes to XP. He's also the distributor for XP in South Africa. So yeah, man, him and I, we're going to have a chat with you guys, talk about XP, talk about the machine, and not just that machine. We're going to talk about some other brands as well. Yes, I might be biased when it comes to XP, but I love and I am biased towards a bunch of other brands as well. So we're going to talk about that, man. But before we do, we're going to give a bit of a gap and make sure we get as many people in that chat as possible. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, if you haven't checked out our channel, we are metal detectorists in South Africa. So we go out looking for relics. That's our thing, Boer War relics in South Africa. Time period was probably about 1899 to 1902. But we find a lot of post-war relics as well past that time. And yeah, the Three Musketeers, my buddies Tace and Carl, we go out and we go look for relics on the weekends, and then that's what our channel is about. So you can check out our channel if you haven't yet. Watch some of our videos. I also do some tips and tricks videos, and yeah, most importantly, if you like what you see here, give us a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up, and to try and get as many people in the stream as well, do me a favor, share it. Let's see if we can get a few gearheads in here, and let's all talk about the new XP Deus 2. So let me say how's it to the guys in the chat. If I've maybe missed a few people, I apologize. I see Thijs is in here. Who's it, Thijs? Chapa. Chris, I've said hello. Marlon, John is in here. Diggers Den, Tyson Fury. Thanks, bud. I appreciate that you're here. I've mentioned Chris. Cynthia is here. Ooh. Subin, I see he's been throwing a bunch of hearts. Thanks, bud. Detecting with Old Man Salty. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Ellen 1303. Yeah, man. So it's Friday. I am so happy this week is done with. It was such a long week, and I've been looking forward to have this live stream for a while now. Because did you guys see? Did you guys see the video that I did on, obviously, my reaction video to the Deus II? I tried to do that video or that live reaction as it came out. I was so excited, but it blew my mind. I think XP spent so much so much money on the branding and the whatever you call it on that video. I mean, that was crazy, crazy, crazy. But that video was insane. I lost my mind. I loved it. I loved how they did it. I loved how they presented the machine. I loved how they took that little sneak peek video that they did with the box opening and just giving us a few little sneak peeks of the machine. I thought that was absolutely insane. So yeah, when that video came out, it is I lost my mind. So anyway, Subhan, you say it's your birthday. Happy birthday. I hope it really is your birthday and you're not just trolling us. But if it is your birthday, happy birthday, bud. I hope you had a fantastic day. Is Garrett a good company? Yeah, of course. Garrett has been around for many, many, many years. They do some incredible machines. Thijs, he was scanning or using when we started scanning, he was using a Garrett Ace 350. And the stuff that guy found was crazy. He always whipped my butt. He found some good stuff. Then he went over to the AT, what was it? I think he had an AT Pro. Used the AT Pro for a very long time, and he did well with it. And Garrett is a crazy good company. They make good machines. I was a bit disappointed. We'll talk about that as well. But I was a bit disappointed with the Garrett. What's that machine that they brought out? It looked like an Ace. I can't remember what they called it. Just help me in the chat. What they called that machine. But that was the new the Apex. That's it. They called it the Apex. And I was excited for that machine. I was really, really excited for that machine. Came out, watched the videos. I was like, Garrett's going to do it. What are they going to do? I was thinking about certain things that they should be doing, not just catching up, because a lot of guys are saying that about the new XP Deus II as well, that they, some of the features that they're introducing, we'll talk about it. They're only just catching up in the market, but they're not. I mean, but the Apex, stuff that just was a big bummer to me was this brand new machine. It looked awesome. The videos looked awesome. I think, they had the same type of look and feel that XP just did now with their new machine. But the the Garrett Apex, I was disappointed on a few things. I think they could have done more. They could have given us more in that machine. And I think, waterproof. How do you release a machine and it's not waterproof? So that was a big bummer. Now, I've never used the Apex before, so I don't know how it performs. I'm sure with Garrett's legacy and the other machines that they've done, it's probably going to be an incredible machine. I don't know if there's anybody in the chat that uses the Apex, but I haven't. I would like to use it just to kind of see what it is, but yeah, I was a bit bummed out when it wasn't waterproof. So I didn't like that. Any case, so we've got a few people in the chat as well. Thanks a lot. Appreciate you guys being here. Which metal detector is good for detecting gold or golds? I mean, that goes two ways. So, you can look at gold jewelry, you can look at fine gold, and you can look at, gold nuggets type of thing. I think you need to be I think you need to be a bit more specific, but I mean, all metal detectors would pick up gold if it's large enough. Gold coin, fairly large gold chain rings, that type of stuff you can do. And some finer gold, you need to go to a bit higher frequency. So the XP ORX does an incredible job of that. Nocta Macro brought out the new Gold Finder 2000, super awesome machine. And Nocta Macro, they are kicking it out of the park, to be honest. So I'm also super, super biased, and I am super excited to watch the preview or the premiere of the Nocta Macro new, the multi-frequency. I don't know what they're calling it yet. But yeah, super excited about that. So we need to have a look at what that's going to look like, but also excited about that machine. So detecting with Old Man Salty, Garrett had bone induction headphones for the Sea Hunter MK1. That's Minelab many years ago, but never really a success at that stage. Bone induction tech has improved tremendously since then. Yeah, look, I didn't know that. The first time I heard about bone induction headphones or technology was now with the Deus II. I think that is crazy. I think the fact that they looked at that, or any manufacturer looks at that type of technology to be used with a metal detector, I think that's awesome. That just blows my mind. I don't know if I'll ever use it or would have a need for it, because I am not at the coast. I won't be using it, but I'm sure there are a bunch of guys that are actually going to go for that, especially if you're diving. That just makes sense. So yeah, that's interesting. Thanks for that comment. Any case, yeah, guys, just a few more minutes. We'll have a chat. I'm going to bring in my first guest, who's going to be John. For those of you who doesn't know, I'm going to repeat myself. He is the distributor for XP in South Africa, and we're going to have a chat to him. And yeah, we'll start and jump into, the chat. Again, if you like the stream, make sure to like it. And in the description, you can find our socials and Linktree. Make sure to go there and share the stream, guys. I'd appreciate that. Thanks for everybody for being here. I really appreciate it. I haven't been on a live stream for a super, super long time. So thank you. I appreciate all of you guys. Cheers. All of this talking is making my mouth dry. So yeah. Which detector do you like the most, Subin? It's on my opinion, I like a few brands. I started out with Minelab as well. Used their 505, 705 machines. I've had a load of machines that I've used over the years. At the moment, my go-to machine is the XP Deus. I love that machine. And the reason I love it is because I can really get stuck into the functionality settings and that type of thing. Also have the ORX. Love the ORX. Very simple, easy to use, very strong machine. I love that, it's also multi-frequency, not simultaneous multi-frequency, but incredible machine. I love those machines. But then I am also one of the biggest Nocta Macro fans out there. I mean, I use the Simplex all the time. And, I've used the Impact. I don't know if you guys ever saw the Nocta Macro Impact. It was one of my first, how can I say, more professional type of machines that I had. Hold on for me. There we go. Can you hear my keyboard? It's crazy. But yeah, Nocta Macro Impact. That is one of the most awesome machines that I use. Was heavy, was a bit bulky, but I learned so much from that machine. Then I went over to the Multi-Cruiser. Crazy good machine. I love the Multi-Cruiser. Then the Amphibio. The Amphibio still I use to this day. Awesome machine to use on the beach, waterproof. Especially the Amphibio Multi. Has 3 different frequencies that you can choose from. Bunch of accessories, wireless pinpoint, wireless headphones, that type of thing. That's awesome. I love the Amphibio. I love Nocta Macro, which is why I'm so excited to see what they do with the new multi-frequency detector that they're bringing out. So, any case, Detector Kev, how's it, man? Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Yeah, all good on my side, bud. All good on my side. It's Friday night. Chilling, and we're doing the first Gear Talk, man. Gear Talk Fridays, first of many, and I hope that we would be being here on a Friday night more often with you guys, talking about gear, geeking out on gear and helping each other out, maybe talking about settings. Maybe eventually we can have a machine and go through a few settings, maybe have some screen shares, doing that type of stuff. And I mean, again, guys, if you in the chat, you want to talk about what gear I use. If you saw something on my channel on some videos, go let me know. Let me know if there's something you want to know. Even, if you want to know about camera gears or even whatever gear we use, just put it out there, ask me, I'll answer. And, if you guys have got other suggestions, let me know as well. Let's talk about it. So any case, I am going to, I think I'm going to bring in our next guest. So bear with me. I'll bring in John in a few seconds, and then, we'll continue this chat. Okay, and we are in. How's it, John?
Thanks for being here. How's it all? Hello. How's it going?
So we were having a nice little laugh a bit earlier because John and I, we were doing a test stream last night, and we had some fun with a wardrobe malfunction.
You can show the guys possibly later.
Can I show? You guys want to have a laugh? I wasn't planning on doing that, but
do it.
Let me see. Give me a. Let me hold on. I think this is so funny. So I'm gonna try and I'm gonna share my screen here. This is super funny. I'll give you guys some context. So last night we jumping onto a test stream, and so we're checking cameras and light and audio and all of that. And so I say to John, listen, you can get this third-party software for your camera just to kind of help with the lighting and stuff like that. And so he got something, and he was trying to figure it out. So I'm going to see if I can share this with you guys. Let me know if you guys can see this.
But yeah, in the meantime, thanks for having us on, Leon. Good to be part of your Gear Talk Friday. You've now.
I don't know if you guys can see that screen. Can you see that screen, John?
I can't. No.
Hold on. Oh, here we are. Let me see if I can do this.
The snap thing, and it's got like this Pink Panther wrapped around my neck. I'm looking at talking to Dorothy.
I couldn't hold it in there.
Teddy bear hug. That's what it's called.
I'm going to record this and put this on TikTok. This was so funny.
Hello.
That's it. That's better. So I couldn't keep it in.
Okay, so I'll figure this out. Don't worry. So the sound is good and the video is good. That's all that's important. Luckily, I managed to figure it out.
Yeah. So anyway, as you could see, I couldn't keep it in. I thought that was so funny. Any case, so John, Gear Talk Fridays, thanks for being here, man. I appreciate it. I mean, this is the first of many, like I said, hopefully. And what's up, Southern Relics? Thanks, bud. I appreciate you being here. But so we had to talk about the new XP Deus II. I know you've been using the XP Deus for a long time. I also use the XP Deus for a long time. So there's a bunch of things that I love about the Deus. And I just, I think we just want to talk about that, and then obviously the anticipation of the new Deus II that's coming out. By the way, I love your shirt.
Thanks, man.
Wish I had a Deus shirt.
I actually ordered a whole load of Deus IIs when we ordered in the new Deus. 2 t-shirts.
Hey,
I placed the order for a load of Deus II t-shirts, and
I hope that's patented.
Didn't have stock. Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, so we can place our order. So guys, if you want the new Deus shirt, that is
it's going to be. It won't be available on the first batch. So we got told that there isn't stock yet. So we'll have to wait for the second order that comes in. Hopefully there will be stock by then. So but I love these shirts. They're cool. Let me take
it, man. So let's get into it. So I mean, there's a bunch of things that we've seen that XPA have now released about the new Deus II. I think the biggest thing that I am excited about, and I mean, you probably can relate, when we are out in the felt, my biggest worry having a machine like that, especially an expensive machine like that, because let's face it, XP is a premium brand, it's a premium machine, and you pay for that.
Yeah.
All right. We all know it's not cheap. I freak out when I'm in the felt, and we have that half felt rain. A storm just pitches up 2:00 the afternoon, rains for 2 hours and whatever, and that's our prime time when we go out. So I freak out. I know we were out at the Eastern Cape a couple of months back where we had loads of rain, and we were out with the machines. Luckily you had those little armbands and that to keep the controller and that waterproof. But I think that's the biggest thing that I was happy about, seeing the release, and they said this machine is waterproof. And I mean, we've been talking about this for a really long time, saying there's a couple of things that we expect them to do. They have to make the machine waterproof, otherwise it just doesn't make sense.
And we didn't know before they announced it. Even as a distributor, there was so much secrecy. We were hoping and we assumed it would be be able to use it on the beach. We didn't even know if it was going to be multi-frequency. So we were all hoping, and they surprised us.
So when I heard the rumors that there was possibly a new XP machine coming out, I was like, how do you improve on what I consider probably one of the best machines out there already? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, let's face it. When people go, Subin, sorry, buddy, if I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, but Subin said earlier, what's your favorite machine? I mean, I can't say that I have a favorite machine. It depends on where I am, what I'm doing. I kind of, I'm privileged enough and blessed enough that I've got access to more than one machine for different applications. So when I go to the beach, I won't take my Deus. I'm going to be honest. I don't take my Deus, not because I don't think it's capable, but I stress out about water. I stress out about rain. I know you can get those days where it's that soft rain for weeks. So when I think about that, I go, I'm not going to take my Deus out there. I'm going to take my Simplex, or I'm going to take my Amphibia, and I'm going to go to the beach, because then I can also just jump into the rock pools or wherever, So that's what you think of. You go, okay, so they have to make it waterproof. That's one of the biggest things that I was thinking what they could do. All right. Secondly,
not just waterproof, but not just waterproof, but also waterproof for beach. So needed to be able to put that.
Well, when you say waterproof for beach, what do you mean?
So obviously, in terms of beach performance, going from wet sand, dry sand, obviously, so not just waterproof, but actually perform on the beach, because Deus, everyone thinks of Deus as being a relic machine, and yes, it's big in Europe where the guys are hunting relics, which is probably why at the time, 10 years ago, when they released it, there wasn't too much consideration for. And
that was their market. That was their market,
That was their market, yeah.
For sure. And I mean, just a little bit of context. So you and I mean, we are how many kilometers away? 1,200 kilometers away from each other?
Yes.
If not more. And you're on the beach. You a guy, well, I mean, you've got a bit of both worlds. So you spend a lot of time on the beach. Guys can see that on your videos as well. So that's a big thing for you, I mean, you've used the Deus more inland than anything else. So, I mean, that's a big thing for you now that the Deus machine is coming out and they're saying this thing's going to be completely waterproof, and not just waterproof. We're going to make it waterproof up to 20 meters. This is now a diving machine,
Yeah, exactly. That was a big surprise when they mentioned going to be waterproof. And never mind waterproof down to 20 meters. So that's super exciting. I mean, that blew my socks off.
Yeah, for sure. So something that I mentioned as well when I was, doing my reaction video, obviously that was the impression at the time. I thought, holy smokes, XP kept on saying completely wireless. So they're talking about diving machine, completely wireless. And they said that 3-4 times. And I was like, has XP made this machine completely wireless and it's a diving machine? Now I understand that that's not the case. This machine, now, I mean, everybody is saying it, so I think, it's kind of gospel now. It is still going to be tethered with a cable.
Yeah. So it'll only have the cable when you're going into the water, because that wireless frequency, it can't travel through water. So you do need to tether it or put a cable on, and then it just becomes like a normal cabled, like a normal cable detector. But that cable's not thick. It's really, it's quite thin. It clips on. The housing has changed, so it's actually, you can clip it on securely onto the housing. It's not an antenna. Tether it to the housing. Well, we haven't seen it, so we haven't got one in our hands yet. That's from the pictures. That's what it looks like. And then they've got a secure fitting onto the coil as well. But maybe what we should do, Leon, is obviously the guys in Europe and overseas who know the Deus and XP and they talk about wireless, they understand what it means to have.
You want to take me to the UK, to Europe?
I'll go with you. But let's just talk about being totally wireless. So XP, they mentioned wireless, and for the South African guys who may be new to the XP brand, what they mean by this is there are no wires. So the coil is totally wireless to the controller, the remote control, as well as to the headphones. So what is quite interesting is that you can actually take the controller, and they call it a remote control because that's all it is. You can take the controller, you can switch it off, and you can put it away. The coil is actually doing all the work and is doing all the grunt. And that's basically sending a signal back up to your headphones. So your headphones has got some technical controls in there, as well as the actual controller itself. But you don't need the controller. You can just operate with your headphones. So all the work is happening at the coil level, and it's sending that signal wirelessly up to the headphones or to the controller. A lot of guys as well, in the UK, they talk, well, South Africa as well, the Deus Lite, and that's where they actually don't purchase the XP machine, the Deus, with the controller. They just buy it with a slimmed down machine and a pair of headphones, because those headphones are intelligent, that you can actually also remote control and adjust the machine itself. So I think that's a concept that's new to us here in South Africa, being totally wireless, and to get one's head around that.
So I mean, that's the perfect segue now to the next thing that I want to discuss. I mean, there's a bunch of things that I want to chat about, but now that you said about the headphones, how crazy is that bone induction set that XP is bringing? I think that is crazy good.
Yeah.
I love that. I absolutely think that is, just amazing.
When I saw that, I was like, wow. That's basically, we hoped it would be waterproof, which it was. We assumed it was going to be multi-frequency, because that's the in thing these days.
I'm popping it on the screen quick. Let's have a look.
And then to come out with those bone induction and seeing it on that video, how it works, that was a huge, huge surprise. And I think when you said earlier, what does XP do to take it that notch up, and that's the kind of tech that XP come out with.
100%. So XP introduces you to the first bone induction headset designed for metal detection, the BH01. So someone made a comment earlier. Now, I mean, I don't know. Obviously I know some of the Minelab machines, but someone mentioned that Minelab brought out the same technology or similar or whatever, also referred to it as the bone induction headphones, also for a diving machine. So, I don't know. I've never seen that. I've never heard about this. But I mean, obviously, this could have been before my time.
I wasn't aware either. I think it was Old Man Salty. I'm trying to scroll through the comments. He mentioned, I think he said it was for the Sea Hunter. But I think a lot has changed tech-wise since then.
It wasn't Minelab. He says, Garrett. Let me add his comment here. Detecting with Old Man Salty, Garrett had bone induction headphones for the Sea Hunter MK1. Sea Hunter MK1, is that a Garrett machine? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Many years ago, but never really a success at that stage. Bone induction tech has improved tremendously since then. So, man, that comment, that's quite important. I mean, I thought that was quite interesting. But when the video came out and they showed this, I thought this was meant. Didn't know what I was looking at. But the fact that they showed this on the video and accompanying it with a guy diving with the machine, I thought that was next level. I thought that was next level, and I'm really excited.
yeah, what's really exciting about these bone conduction headphones, and trust me, I don't understand how bone conduction works, but it's waterproof down to 20 meters. So obviously you can take it diving with you. It sits on your I don't know which side I'm pointing. So it sits on your cheekbone and actually sends the audio through your cheekbone into your eardrum. So when you are 20 meters underwater, or 3 meters, or whatever the case is, you've got really, really good audio coming through, as opposed to these big waterproof headphones that you would normally expect. So you're going to have really, really good audio underwater. And then if it's noisy around you, you're going to have to put some plugs in your ears, because obviously you're going to have, you're going to have water going in your ears, and you don't want infections, those kind of things. But what's also really nice is that you can actually use those bone conduction headphones on land as well. So they will double up as really good quality audio headphones. We specifically asked the XP guys that, and they said, yes, it will be as good. I think what's also really neat is, and this is something, if you are hearing impaired and hearing impaired detectors,
good point.
They'll be able to get advantage from these bone conduction. They've mentioned it in their advertising. So for hearing impaired, there will be it will be really good improvement. Not for all hearing impaired conditions, but depending on what condition it is, the guys will hopefully be able to for the first time hear clearly their machine. Whether it be
I think that's a good point. Before I jump into that, just quick, River Sticks Outdoors, I hope I'm pronouncing that. Thanks for being here. Does the Deus find gold nuggets and grammars? That's a nice question, because we've seen with the new Deus II, their coils have changed. So let me pop that up here, and then we can chat about that. I want to talk about that. We'll go through some of these sounds and that now. If we look at this graph, I wonder if they're going to be showing it over here. There we are. So these are the frequencies that we're going to have access to, not just these frequencies. These are, seven different frequencies. I know the Equinox from MindLab works on 6 frequencies, multi-frequencies?
5 frequencies, so that's 7 frequencies for the simultaneous. Obviously, not each program is necessarily going to use all 7. They will tune it as to what they think are the best frequencies to group together. But if you're going on the single frequency, you can get 49 single frequencies. If you just like with the Deus, you can then go and choose whatever frequency you want to operate on if you want to go single.
So before we jump into that again, just to answer this question, River Sticks Outdoors. So the Deus, or the Deus 1, I'm going to refer to it as the original Deus. There we had a choice. I think we went up to about 33 or 35 there, but kilohertz on the X35 coil. And then you had the HF coils. So the HF coils, there were a few sizes of the HF coils. HF coils would get you up to about 77 kilohertz, John, just under 80 kilohertz?
Yeah, in the 80s,
so you could use the HF coil, and you could use the HF coils on the XP Deus as well on the XP ORX. And those high frequency coils is what you would normally use for gold nugget hunting, finer gold, that type of stuff. What are you seeing that I'm missing?
I'm laughing at Dark Knight. He says, I personally think XP are ripping off their loyal customers by giving them a machine that looks like it has a Nokia phone as a control unit.
Nokia phone. I love that. Yeah, that's cool. Listen, talking about this is the controller for you guys.
I actually think that control is super sexy, man.
Me too. Look, John, I've known you for a while. Both you and I are both gear nutters. We love tech, we love toys, we love all sorts of stuff like that. So, I think when I saw this, I was like, yes, please. I love, and there's nothing beats buttons, right? You can have touchscreen and all that, but nothing beats, that's my opinion, nothing beats having a controller or something with actual buttons that you can press and feel. And something that I'm also super excited about is, Dark Knight just said, now it looks like a Nokia phone. Kind of looks like the Caterpillar phones. If you've seen those Caterpillar phones, reminds me of those.
The rugged phones.
Those rugged phones, 100%. And that's the thing. This thing is also shockproof. It's not just water resistance, but it's also shockproof. Now, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen where they say it is shockproof. But I mean, normally the guys would give it like some type of a rating. I mean, can you throw it 1 meter, 1.5 meters?
It is shockproof.
Do you know what that is?
I don't know what the rate is. It's IP68, obviously, but it is shockproof. They haven't specifically said what the drop standard is, but yeah, they've built it to be shockproof. That's one of the features that they highlighted.
And that's really nice. It's really nice because that's something that I stressed out about as well. And I've got a 3D printer, and I actually printed like little housings and stuff like that, because sometimes if that controller does pop off, you don't want to hurt it. A nice thing that you have with the old days was that silicone little sheath that you have on there. And I really liked it because, that protects the screen. Something that I did not like about that little silicone sheath or cover or whatever is it gets incredibly dirty real quick. So, if you're used to the machine, you don't have to look at the screen or anything like that, then it's no problem. You can use it that way. But that was something that was quite annoying to me, was the silicone, but it did help. So when I know I'm in a place where, it's getting a bit rough and so on, I would actually, put that little cover on.
I was actually thinking about it. I went out detecting today, and I was really in the bush, and we were going quite hard, and I was looking at my screen, and it was quite scratched and messed up, and I actually should have showed it here. I mean, that machine, it's a delicate piece of hardware.
And you do feel sorry for it.
You do, because it's expensive. So knocking it around like that. But I've purposely haven't been afraid to give it a bump and put it through its paces. And it stood up to it. But you don't want to, as well, you don't want to take it close to water without being concerned.
Those covers and
So
for sure. So before we continue, guys, thanks for being in the chat. If you enjoy this chat, please make sure to give us a thumbs up. We are doing this, or going to be doing this more often, doing a bit of a Gear Talk Fridays. So if you like the stream, if you like what we're doing, haven't been on here for a really long time doing a live stream. The first time I'm doing a live stream for you guys. So if you do enjoy it, give it a thumbs up, share it. If you're not a subscriber, we are Metal Detectors in South Africa, and we find war relics, and every now and again we're on the beach, and I really want to do this Gear Talk because I'm a gear Fundi. I love tech. I love new tech, and I'm really excited about the new machines coming out. The XP Deus II is what we're talking about tonight, but I'm also excited about Nocta Macro. So Nocta Macro is also bringing out a new multi-frequency real soon, and we'll do a live reaction. If you haven't seen my live reaction on the XP Deus II, make sure to have a look at that. It was insane. I love that video, and I'm really excited for this machine. I cannot wait to get my hands on one. So just some people that are in the chat. Mike, thanks for being here. Fossi at Treasure and Treats. Hello, Belly. Don Kinachi saw us. He was also an old South African. He's now in Ireland. Frank from Digging Richmond, thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. Carl is in the chat. How's it, buddy? Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. I don't know if there's a few guys that I'm missing. But just leave a comment and say hi, tag me, and I'll say hello. Boss Jan, when will Leon have the 2? Boss Jan, I expect to have the Deus II probably the first week that it arrives in South Africa. So the first week that the Deus II arrives, I will probably be getting my hands on the first one. Like I said earlier, I'm really blessed to be in a situation or position where I've got access to various pieces of gear. So I will be doing an unboxing when it arrives. I'll be doing loads of tests, and I'm going to give you my honest opinion. I know I sound biased. I probably am biased about this machine. That's all the excitement. But we're going to test it. We're going to see what it feels like, how it works, how it performs, all of that stuff. And hopefully we'll talk about that now with John. Hopefully we'll see that machine, or the first bunch of machines, arrive mid-December, maybe about the 3rd week of December. We don't know, but we'll keep you guys up to date. Make sure there are guys, if you can pop, so moderators can just pop a link to the Facebook page. Make sure that you join my Facebook page, Zarf's Metal Detecting South Africa. There I'll give you guys an update about the machine arrival and so on. So yeah, I don't know who else is in the chat. I apologize. PA Relic Hunters, thanks for being here. I don't know who else is there. So we've got a question on the screen from Fossey, who says, I have only one question. Please, can I use the machine without headphones? Yes, you 100% can use the machine without headphones. So it's going to be exactly the same. I think let's share the screen again, because I did see something over here that is quite interesting. Let me see if I can find it. There was a picture on, I don't know if it was on the website or if it was on one of the groups. Let me do this. Let me have a look at something quick. I think there was an image, and it's really important that we show this, because at the bottom of the unit, there's actually a pic of, it has a little, it looks like there's like an end cap. John, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. It looks like there's a little end cap, and it shows a little dive man, and then it shows something else.
Yes.
And I assume. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no. So you're talking about the little red little cap, and you've got I think it's a red one, and then there is, if I'm not mistaken, there's two different colors. And if you, I think, forgive me, I think it's 1 meter or 2 meters. If you're going to go deeper than 1 meter, you need to replace it with the red cap. And then if I don't know what the purpose is for that cap, possibly pressure related.
So the reason why I'm bringing it up, and I'm not sure, so I'm assuming, but I'm thinking it's got to do maybe something with the speaker. So I know the speaker is at the back. I don't know if that is the speaker. I don't know if that's got something to do with it, but obviously it might be pressure. But look, the point is, Fossey, yes, you'll 100% be able to use it without any headphones, just like the standard Deus, the normal, the Deus one works without any headphones. So let's jump into that, John. We will have, what's the kits that we'll get with the release? So we're going to have 1 or 2 options, right? Take us through that.
Yeah, stock is really, really limited. So we've only been able to get our hands on the 11-inch. And the other option would be the second kit is the 9-inch, basically. So 9-inch and 11-inch. In South Africa, we've got the 11-inch coming in, and we've only got very limited quantities coming in. Obviously, there's allocations around the world, and supply is limited with the chips, apparently. So the first batch we've got coming in, 11-inch, and then hopefully we'll be able to get access to the 9-inch with the next order, which I'm not sure when that will be. They've said the first order will be hopefully arriving. They're going to be releasing it from the factory in France in about the first week of December, and we're going to be flying the detectors in. Hopefully there aren't any delays with customs or being able to book a slot with cargo on the aircraft, and we should hopefully be able to have those machines in our hands, sort of middle to end December, if all goes well. But yeah, don't hold me to it. It's out of our control as to what happens with flight and those kind of things.
And I think, like anything, I mean, it's such a high demand. There's so many people that have placed orders, and I mean, all of the dealers right across the globe have placed their orders, you including placed orders to get those machines in here. And it's just about first come, first serve, first of all, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
and just trying to not get any delays. I mean, it's silly season, it's the end of the year, so I think there's a load of shipments that want to come in for stock for all sorts of things. So we're just holding terms.
So I think anywhere in the world, if you are thinking and you want to have the machine in your hands, the first batch, like I said, is going to be arriving soon. And what they did say is the second batch might take a little bit longer to release from the factory as they ramp up the production. So there might be a big or a longish gap between the first batch of shipments that come in and the second shipments that come in. So I don't know how long that might be, but that's what we were advised. So if you guys are interested, it's not a sales pitch, but if stock is going to be limited, jump in there and grab it before it sells out.
Yeah, and I think that FOMO is hitting super hard. So before we get into that, I love this comment from Marlon. Metal detectors are like Pokemon. You got to catch them all. That's true. And I'm such a sucker when it comes to stuff like that. So if there's something new out there, just, I want to get it. Detecting with Old Man Salty. Yeah, you're assuming right with our videos. Not always. From my side, I enjoy the filming a lot. On my side, I enjoy that just as much as detecting. I love getting creative and that type of stuff. But yeah, sometimes it does mess. It does mess with my detecting time. So the next episode you guys are going to see on my channel, Kyle found something crazy good. You guys won't believe it. And I'll be dropping that video soon, so you can have a look. And that's what happens when I don't spend time detecting. Making other people look good. No, I'm just joking. I'm super happy for Kyle. It's an awesome fun that he had. So again, Old Man Salty, have you guys considered external audio amp units so that you can switch between a speaker or headphones by the flip of a switch, enabling to pick up the machine's tunes, etc.? That's the beauty about XP. XP has got that option, always had that option. So you could have the WS audio, or you could have the WS4 headphones, and you can have your audio on there. And with the flip of a switch on your controller, you can just say audio on the controller, and you can have both audio on the controller speaker as well as your headphones, or vice versa, Right. So that's really cool. I've done that on a few videos where I'm actually using my headphones. You just don't see it. And,
I do it on all my videos. All my videos.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, so I always wear those WS4 headphones. I love them. Audio in my headphone, and then audio coming out of the speaker for the camera. So that's a really good point. That's a really good point. I love this comment. So XP, they've done that 10 years ago. So no modification needed. I mean, the controller, you just have a button, press the button, you can have the audio where you like. Also, the nice thing about that is with the controller and XP is the pinpointer. So the pinpointer just connects to either the controller or your headphones, or both. That's what I love. So Kyle, he uses his MI6 pinpointer with his ORX machine all the time. He loves having his pinpointer on his controller audio because it's nice and loud. I don't do it that way. I normally have it in my headphones, or I just have it in the pinpointer. Yeah, I must say I should actually do that, because today I was struggling. We went out today. I must tell you, it was super hot, and we spent the whole day outdoors. I don't know if you can see, I've got a bit of a tan going here. But yeah, there were bush cutters close by, and I was really struggling. Maybe I'm just getting old, but I was really struggling to hear the pointer, and I had to take my headphones off, which I don't normally do. And I maybe need to put that wirelessly through the controller to get that louder audio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So talking about pinpointers.
Yes, go on.
Yeah, well, I mean, probably, again, one of those follow-up questions now that we've jumped into the pinpointers and that type of thing. So we can have a look. I'll jump into that screen now again and see if I can find it. I'm just on their XP website, just the front screen for the Deus II, by the way. They had a little download page. I want to find that if I can. Anyway, so they had a download page where they showed that you could, the compatibility of the WSA, the different coils, that type of stuff. Yeah. And something that I noticed is, hello from Russia, by the way. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Something that I noticed is that the MI4, the MI6 is compatible with the machine. The old coils X35 are now obsolete with the Deus II, as well as the HF coils. I did see that they were showing 3 different coils. It looks like 3 different coils on there. So they've got a larger 11-inch, am I correct? And they've got a 9-inch?
Yeah, so they've got 9-inch, 11-inch, and then in 2022, the next year, the 34-inch will come out. Is that right?
I'm not sure. What's the one in 2022 that's coming out? What's that size?
Yeah, that's the big one, the third one that will come out.
Okay, the big one. Yeah, so I mean, I won't say that that's a bummer. I do think, or I wonder if they will be bringing out other coils, higher frequency coils. I don't know if it's necessary. I don't think I've ever gone above, personally, 33 kilohertz. looking for finer relics and that type of thing. But that's the type of stuff that we find here in difficult terrain. We might be looking for small silver coins and that type of thing. I know the gold guys, might want to go higher to find some finer gold, and maybe on the beach. I know Alan is in the chat. I think I saw Alan in the chat. He uses the ORX on the beach, and he has great success finding all sorts of gold and that type of stuff.
And again, I think you said, yeah, I mean, earlier we said, Deus is not really recognized as being a beach machine. It's not waterproof.
Yep.
But there we've got Alan, and he's got the ORX, and that's his go-to machine for the beach.
And he kills it. We see the stuff that he finds.
Yeah, well, he's got the Amphibio multi, and he's got the ORX, and it's probably a 50-50 between the two. If he knows he's going to go into the water, then he'd rather obviously go with the Amphibio, because if he drops it, there's no issue.
Makes sense.
And he's always posting his finds with that ORX and on the beach. So I think he digs everything, but he digs deep.
Yeah, sure. So I saw I saw Carl had a comment here. He said, Leon, will there be a volume control on the Deus II? Now, I mean, I'm talking under correction. There is a volume control on the Deus, isn't there?
There isn't. So yes, the answer is yes. And the other really, really cool feature is you can actually control the volumes of your headphones through the remote control, which you weren't able to do before. So if you got your gloves on, you don't need to fiddle with the headphones. You can actually control it from the controller, which is pretty neat. Leon, what we should do is, as well, just while we're talking about audio, just touch on the audio of the Deus II, which is quite neat.
Good idea.
Yeah, so the guys who are used to the Deus II tones, I believe you can still keep those similar sounding tones, but they've introduced a number of different sounds. When I say sounds, for example, the Noxes, for example, is what they call the polyphonic. So you can choose. Do you want to go polyphonic? Do you want to go PWM is what they call it. Then they've got PWM square. They've got pitch PWM, pitch square. And I think you can see it. You're busy highlighting it on the screen there.
So, I mean, the normal Deus, we've had PWM.
There we go.
That's a mid-tone and then high tone. Don't know if you guys can hear it. I'm sure you can. So that's the tones that I'm used to, the PWM. And then obviously when we talk about the square waves, this is now very much like the Equinox machine. So that's the Ferrous Midzone, high tone. Now, this is the thing that annoyed me about this type of sound. Now, I mean, we not all of us are the same. Let's just face it. But something that annoys me so much about that type of square sound is, I call it the R2D2 of metal.
I love that sound.
Man, I cannot stand it. My head doesn't understand it. There's a guy walking with that sound going, and all he hears beep, 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 beep.
No, I'm
going, what the hell are you hearing? It doesn't make sense to me. If you want to I could never figure out when someone's saying, I'm hearing a high tone. I'm not hearing a high tone. I'm just hearing beep, 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 beep. It drove me mad.
Yeah, I think
so. The pitch sounds.
Preferences.
Obviously, we understand what pitch is on the higher tone. So the closer you are to the object, the higher the pitch. I love the setting personally as well. So this is like we currently have on the Deus 1, and then pitch Ferrous, and then the square. Yeah, that's a bit different. I think it's something that you need to get used to. I'm not sure. I think if you spend enough time with it, I have to be honest. The Equinox, I am very curious. I've never had the opportunity to play around with an Equinox machine, 600 or 800, and I'm really curious. I always have been curious to test them out to see how they, how they perform. Now, you've been using the Equinox for a number of years, 2 years more.
Yeah, I love the Equinox. I still do. And obviously, before we started bringing in XP, I was using it regularly. I probably about 1.5 years or so. But I wasn't detecting often. So it was, once in a while that I was going out. It's only recently in the last year and a half that I've been out weekly. But yeah, no, the Equinox, I love those polyphonic sounds, which you say you don't enjoy. Obviously on the beach, really good performer. Hopefully now with some more choice on the market, not hopefully, but with some more choice on the market now, we can see new tech coming in. Deus with their fast multi-frequency, as we call it. And then also exciting, obviously, is the Nocta Macro simultaneous multi-frequency that's going to be out. So it's been an exciting month for the metal detecting community. I mean, there's been two announced. Well, everyone knows that Nocta is bringing out a multi-frequency. It's been doing the rounds for a while. And on the 19th, they'll be announcing their simultaneous multi-frequency. So there's a really good choice for the detectorist. And then obviously now with the Deus II, which has just been announced. I mean, exciting time. So the guys who want a high-end machine, want to be able to go diving, then obviously the Deus II. And for an affordable simultaneous multi-frequency, which is aimed specifically, as Nocta haven't been shy to say, at a certain brand and a certain machine, every single tick in the box at a good value. So exciting times for all of us out there detecting. I can't wait to get my hands on.
So just a little context. You are also the distributor for Nocta Macro in South Africa.
So we do Nocta and XP.
Yeah. And yeah, you're right. I mean, I'm just as excited for the new Nocta Macro multi-frequency machine to come out. That's been on the cards for a really long time. I think, I might be wrong, but I'm sure that we've been discussing that machine coming out for probably a year. So a really long time.
Yeah.
And I found it super funny that, we heard rumors about XP, but it was never confirmed. And it was, it was just that. It was a rumor. And there wasn't a lot going on. But how crazy is the secret that XP kept about the Deus II?
Yes, I must say.
My mind.
And obviously they've got guys in the field busy testing it, and nothing was leaked. No one really knew. Even us as distributors, we were told, I don't know, maybe 6-8 months ago, there's a new machine coming out, but it was there was no information except to say it's going to, price-wise, it's going to be a little bit more than the existing Deus one. That's all we knew. We didn't know if there's going to be multi-frequency. We didn't know if it's going to be waterproof. I think that's the best kept secret ever.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, it was a rumor, and then there was nothing, and you were like, okay, that's what it was. It was a rumor. And then, bam, they come out saying, we're releasing a new machine. Here's a little taster video. And everybody goes, what?
Oh, man.
What do you mean? It's a bit late for April Fools. You guys missed it a bit.
They did a good job with the teaser videos. You couldn't read anything into them.
Yeah, I mean, after that teaser video, then I think there was an image or something that someone released. And I remember me taking that image, and I was adjusting the contrast and the brightness, and I was doing everything. And I was like, oh man, I was trying to read into whatever. I think at one point I saw something on the coil. It was just the normal, I think it was the shaft or whatever on there. And I thought, what is this? Is this a new connector and whatever? And then, like your mic, cheers. So I was reading so much.
Klink nou 'n lekker koel drankie daai.
Ja, hy sê ek weet nie wat jy daar drink nie, Penny, but cheers op jou. Ek drink 'n ou brandewyntjie. Nee, ek lieg, ek drink 'n ou Spice Gold met
Steven? Steven's just joined us on the chat as well.
What's up, Steven? Yeah, thanks for joining us. So Steven as well. Steven's been detecting with the Equinox 800 for a long time, and also the XP ORX.
Yeah, he just pulled out 3 silvers with his Nox today. So well done, Steve-O. That was a nice little, what do you call that? A trifecta.
Trifecta, yeah. 3 little silvers. Yeah, I think I saw that. It was a 3 pence, a 6 pence, and a little shilling. That's really awesome.
Just a story about Steven. I've never seen a man motor. So, when we had the mower hunt about, what is it, over a month ago, 6 weeks ago. First time I've met Steven and been out detecting with him. But man, if 1 minute he's next to you, 5 minutes later, he's up on the copy, and the next minute he's back down half a kilometer that way. I've never seen a guy motor so fast before. Yo.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's funny. Again, while we're on the topic of Stephen, we had this conversation with him a while ago. And, I've detected with Stephen a few times in one of his famous parks. Stephen actually found, I think it was this year, he found 2 gold coins. He found 2 sovereigns. Sorry, guys, I'm just reaching over to stuff. And Stephen found 2 gold coins, 2 sovereigns, and he found them weeks apart. He found them with the Equinox, of course. But he's been hitting this park or this area, whatever, for a really long time. And, I saw Stephen with his Equinox, and he was detecting, and he would get a signal, and then he would go so slow over the signal, so going over and then coming back over. And I'm looking at this, and I go, what is this guy doing? I'm not used to that, because VLF machines, I'm used to. Now, again, I've never used an Equinox machine in my life, but as VLF machines, you're used to going over that target repeatedly to kind of chop out that signal, and not too fast, but obviously at a certain rhythm so you can get that signal. And I said to him, Steve, why are you going so slow over that target? And he said, well, when he uses his multi-frequency or simultaneous frequency setting or whatever, again, don't kill me, I don't know the machine, the slower he goes over that target, the more information that machine gives him. Now, I mean, you're an Equinox user as well, so you would know. I mean, I don't know how much truth there is in that, but I believe Stephen, because he kills the silvers. We call him the Silver King. So the segue to that is basically, I'm curious that if that's been the way that we were using the multi-frequency machines in the market that we had access to, why is XP hammering on the fact that they've got a fast multi-frequency?
FMF, fast multi-frequency. I think it's exactly trying to make that point that you just said now as well. So Steve, maybe with the multi-frequency, you'll now be able to still run and detect.
Nothing holding me back anymore.
Looks like
so
it's
quite funny.
going through the felt.
That's the first thing I saw when I saw the fast multi-frequency. I thought, well, that's strange. It kind of makes sense. What are they saying? Are they saying that they've improved on the technology, that the VLF that we know, that we're repeating those signals going over there, faster and spending more time looking for more signals? So, yeah. Any case, yeah, man, guys, before we carry on, thanks a lot for everybody in the stream. I appreciate it. I haven't done this for a while. If you're new here, my name is Leon, and the channel is Zarps Metal Detecting South Africa, as you know, because you're here watching. Thanks for being here. This is Gear Talk Fridays, something I've been threatening to do for a really long time. And I want to do this more often. So Friday nights, not every Friday, but ever so often on a Friday night, we'll get together, have a couple of drinks, maybe talk some smack, talk some shit, talk about gear, because I love gear. I love talking about new equipment and stuff like that. And I'm really excited. So tonight we're talking about the new XP Deus II that's coming out. So really excited about that. Again, thank you for everybody in the comments. I don't know if there's someone that I've missed. And yeah, Steve's just joined the chat. Seattle Ring Hunter, thanks for being here. I don't know if I've said hello, but thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. Friends from Russia, I think we've got guys all over the world. Detecting with Old Man Salty says, polytones will work well with bone induction phones. That's good to know. So I'm really excited to test that as well. Chris, how's it, Chris? So you're saying bleep, blop, blop. Yeah, that's how I feel about the polytones or whatever. I don't know if I'll be able to get used to it. So yeah, again, this is Gear Talk Fridays. The whole idea is I want to get together, talk about gear, all sorts of gear, and let's help each other out. Share this post. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Please give this video a like. I really appreciate that. And yeah, man, together, if we we talk together on this stream, we can learn. And that's what it's about, so we all can become better detectorists, better at a hobby, and just enjoy it more. And I really appreciate all the guys all across the world that are joining us in the stream. So if you've just joined, I've got John Guthrie with me, a good friend, and also the distributor for XP metal detectors in South Africa, and he's also the distributor for Noctamacro detectors in South Africa, and he does everything. Check out his Facebook page as well as his YouTube channel, which is Metal Detectors South Africa. You can also go to his website, Metal Detectors South Africa, and he does everything from magnet fishing, machines, pointers, equipment, T-shirts, apparel, gold machines, gold testers, all sorts of stuff. So go over to his YouTube channel, give that a subscribe, watch his videos. He does some really professional stuff, and
Thanks,
his
Leon.
website. Hey,
That's a compliment.
hey, the videos are looking good. I mean, if you're putting a lot of work into something, you have to acknowledge it and say, and your stuff looks crazy good.
Getting there.
Yeah. Anyway, so okay, let's talk something that we don't normally want to talk about, but let's talk price. So we know we've said that XP is not cheap. We know that, but you pay a premium price for a premium product, and I consider XP detectors as probably the Rolls Royce of metal detecting and metal detectors.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was having a stroke there. Price landed. We are in South Africa. We know what the retail price is. Someone earlier made a comment and said, I think $1,000 somewhere. I don't know where that is. I don't know if that's in the US. What is the recommended retail? What can we expect in South Africa?
Yeah, so we're going out at 27.5, and if you do a conversion directly from the recommended US and the euro, and also what the guys are, I think in the UK they're going out at is it 1.3, but if you do a conversion, we're actually a little bit under or just on. Usually in South Africa, if the recommended say is $1,000 in the US, we normally 10-20% above that recommended. So on this occasion, we've gone in quite aggressively. We are, the use in South Africa is going to actually get it at the same price as everywhere else. No premiums or anything added to it because of shipping, those kind of things. I think it's well priced at 27.5. You're looking at a machine which is going to, I don't know if I can mention, but obviously there's there's
well, let's do it. I mean, this is Gear Talk. So what are we comparing it to?
Yeah, I say obviously, so the guys are comparing it with the CTX. I think that's going in South African rands. I think it's going for just under 50, 47, if I'm not mistaken, the last time I looked. And then from the diving, who are we comparing against? Excalibur, Sea Hunter, maybe. I think they're about 20. They're also about the 27 mark as well. So
yeah, I think the Excalibur is almost 30,000 rand. Yeah, just under the 30,000 mark. I mean, these are all multi-frequency machines as well.
Yeah, multi-frequency. Obviously, the tech's been around for a while, so I think we can see some new, extra features which we haven't seen before. And the guys, obviously, we don't know. We haven't had the machine in our hands yet, so proof is in the pudding as to how it's going to perform. But there's a lot of features and settings that we've been, there's a lot that we don't know about that's still going to surprise us. At some point, I want to take you through when we were in the meetings, we took some notes, and I'll run through it and see if I can give you guys some little bits of information that's maybe not so, which is allowed to be out in the public, but maybe it's not so obvious. So I've got some little
confidential
gems there. Yeah.
So I saw on the website they are showing. Now, I went and checked this out, but if I go to the downloads or technical support, I see there's a user manual for the Deus II. Now, obviously, when I saw that, I was like, I need to download that. I downloaded that, and
it's not available yet.
There's nothing available. It's like a one-pager, and it didn't show us anything really.
Yeah, no, that's not a user manual. It's just a placeholder. So. It'll be out sort of closer to the launch, December time. So as soon as we can get our hands on that user manual, then all will be revealed. You'll know exactly what it can do.
Yeah. So I have to be honest. Every day I go to the website and I am clicking on. Clicking on that to see if there's a manual yet. So and knowing XP, they've been sneaky so far. So they'll just release that manual. No one would know. And eventually when you kind of click on it, then you're going to go, oh, here's a manual, and you don't know how long it's going to be out for.
Yeah, if you guys are on the XP detectors.com website, if you go to detectors, click on Deus II, and if you actually go down to the accessories and you click on the remote control, there's a lot of info there. So if you scroll down, Leon, you'll actually see on the accessories remote control, and actually goes into a lot of detail in terms of the programs. So there's 12.
So this is the XP detectors website. You saying detectors, and then down here we're going to Deus II, right?
Deus II. And then I'll obviously bring you to a nice video. All the
play that video, epic
all
video,
the main
by the
features.
way.
If you scroll all the way down to the
And
bottom,
then scroll down.
Yeah, and then you'll see accessories, and you'll see the remote control. If you click on that remote control right at the bottom.
Sorry, I lost your audio there for a bit. Remote control right at the bottom.
Yep.
Over here.
So there you can click on the remote control, and then you'll see it's got 12 factory programs and 12 user programs. So you can save your favorite programs, 12 user programs there. It actually goes into a lot more detail. So if you guys on that xpdetectors.com website, it's actually hidden away there. But if you click on, for example, the headphones, the remote control, the coil, a lot more detail in there.
Yeah, I see. So there's a lot more detail here. All-terrain, shockproof. Now when they're saying all-terrain, something that I noticed as well, and I don't know if that's on the cards, I just find it kind of odd that they mentioned it. But when I looked at that little comparison sheet that they provided on their website, if the intention isn't to use it, why would you add it on there? And that is the XP Go Terrain app. I know that's been outstanding since 2019, where people have been asking, where is this? Is it going to be? Is it happening? Then COVID happened. They were using that as an excuse. Do you know? I mean, I've never seen. I believe that the app was, gave you the capability of doing the geotagging, giving you a live mapping. GPS mapping of where you walk and whatever. Some people might use that. I know that that's a good feature for the CTX, that people use the CTX for. They use that app or whatever. I don't know if it's integrated within the machine or whatever. Do you know, is that something that they're going to be bringing out or looking into adding that in as part of the features going forward?
We're in the dark in terms of that. My understanding is, and I believe they actually had the app out many moons ago. And it didn't really, I don't think, it wasn't sort of their expertise at that time. But I'm speaking under correction. But the fact that it's still available on the latest marketing material where they're mentioning the Deus II, and they have got that little block, as you rightly say, referring to the app, you can only assume that something will be coming out shortly. But nothing has been alluded to, nothing has been said. So we're only speculating here.
Yeah. Okay. I want to go to the comments quick. A few people are saying or asking a few questions. Detecting with Old Man Salty says the headphones / coil combo kit should be a good seller. Buyer builds or uses his own shaft, etc. When you're saying your own shaft, Old Man Salty, I don't know if you mean that you'll be able to incorporate. Well, I know if you use any type of other shaft, you won't necessarily be able to incorporate the controller to that shaft because it has a very different type of connector that connects it. Actually, now I don't know how it changes to the Deus II, but the Deus I had a very how can I say unique connection type to it, where it was almost like resistant to if you had to drop the shaft or bang it hard enough, the controller actually pops off so that you don't break anything. I don't know how that changes with the new Deus II, but that was very unique. Hasn't changed, so that's identical.
No. Identical.
So would you be able to use your existing shaft with the new Deus II?
Yes. Yeah. 100%. Now, in fact, it is the same shaft.
Interesting.
So it is the same shaft. In fact, it's the new. It's the telescopic.
Probably the S telescopic, right? Because that was the new shaft.
That's the new one. Yeah.
Okay. Now, I mean, we could buy the Old Man Salty. Thanks for that comment. We could buy the RC or the controller separately. Correct? Do I understand that correct? on the
Sorry, just say
standard
again.
Deus?
I got sidetracked. Yeah, on the Deus, yes, you can buy the controller separately. And you
Now,
asked
if
the
you had an
question why.
existing shaft in it, I mean, I don't know how that would work, but I mean, would you be able to just buy a coil and a remote control Deus II and just attach that to your existing equipment? I mean, if is that an option even? I mean, that would be cool if that's an option. If you could save a couple of bucks, even if you save 1,000 or 2,000 rand or whatever the case may be, that's a cool option. But maybe some people would want to have, those extra spares.
Yeah, so obviously with the existing Deus I, you've got the light configuration, which is basically a coil and the headphones. And remember, the headphones are not just normal headphones; they're actually a controller. So with the Deus II, they've done the same, but they've actually got something a little bit extra. You can, not at the moment, but in a future release, you can buy the coil separately, slap it onto your existing S telescopic or existing XP stem, and you can just buy the headphones without a controller. So there you're getting, it's a lot more affordable. And when you feel there's a need or you've saved up enough, then you can buy the controller if you want to. But what is quite unique this time around is they've got the WS6 headphones, which is the equivalent of the WS4. And then they're going to have the WSA2, which is going to be equivalent to the WSA, which is basically the headphones which work with the ORX. So it's a more affordable pair of headphones. So what you can do now is you can actually buy the WS6, not at the moment, but you'll be able to buy it separately. And then you'll be able to buy the WSA2 headphones. So the WSA headphones you'll wear wirelessly, and then you can actually put the WS6's headphone controller, they call it the puck. You'll be able to put that onto the stem, and they will link up. So you'll have the WSA2 headphones, and then you'll have the puck, the new WS6 puck on the shaft. And that WS6 headphones, there's a couple improvements. They've got a nice big LED, so you can actually see the VDI numbers. You can do a lot more easier to control. So they've got, I think they've got 4 buttons on the left and the right of that screen. I don't know if you can bring up the WS6 headphones, but there's a lot more functionality built into it, which you can actually control the machine with. But again, this is all not speculation. We've seen it, but so there you can see on the left and the right, you can see on the bottom right, you've got that little menu option. You've got your volume plus minus, and then on the left, I'm not sure what that is there on the bottom left. But that headphone, that little round, we call it the puck. You can actually remove that from those, we call them back phones, those headphones that strap around the back of your head. You can remove it from there, and you can actually mount that onto your shaft, onto the stem. And then going forward, you'll be able to put on the WSA2 headphones and, work, that can be your controller. Sorry.
So I want to see, I just want to see if we can see some of those accessories, because they do have the accessories over here. So
there you can see that's the WSA Max. I can't read your screen, it's too small, but I'm just out of memory. I think it's the WSA Max and the WSA2.
It's the WSA2 XL headphones, which is basically the old WS5 for the Deus. Then we have the WSA2, which is just the WS audio type of thing. And then we have the WS6 headphones, which is the WS4, just an upgraded WS4 headphones for the new Deus.
Those will only be available in the new year. So what we're going to be having, what the kit that comes out now is going to have the fast multi-frequency coils, and it's going to have, they'll all have the WS6 headphones.
Yeah. I mean, I'm such a sucker for gear, but I mean, if you just look at what these headphones look like, it looks crazy good, man.
And I think
thought it is so well thought out. The color, the black, the red that just pops. It's just, there's just something about it that just says, I'm here.
The fact that those headphones, those headphones can act as your controller. That's amazing.
Yeah. That's really awesome. Okay, man. John, I don't know if there's anything else that you want to bring up and you want us to share or talk about on the machine. I think we covered a lot.
Yeah, so just in terms of gear, something to look out for is XP are bringing out a new backpack. They call it the Backpack 240. It's really, really well priced. So they had the Backpack 280. Leon, I know you love the Backpack 280. It's
Love
neat,
it. It's awesome.
quality bags. Just on the high side in terms of pricing, and what they've done now is they brought out the Backpack 240, and it's really well priced at 1.5. And that will be for your XP.
Yeah, that's literally half the price.
Yeah. And then we've got them landing probably early next week. They'll be in our hands, those Backpack 240s, so you'll be able to order them. They've also brought out a gold sluice. So it's a nice, neat mini plastic sluice. It's got really unique, what do you call it, riffles, nice little pattern going in there. And so that's for the guys. Obviously, you're not allowed to detect or pan for gold in South Africa, but it's going to be really popular with our customers in Zimbabwe and Zambia, where there's a gold rush happening at the moment. So we expect those to do quite well. So that's pretty neat. Just touching, I just wanted, before we close up here, I just want to run through some of my notes and just see if there's something else that I can share with you.
While you have a look at that, let me go shoot through some of the comments over here, John. Headphones have a built-in controller detecting with Old Man Salty. Yes, it does. That's why you are able to actually take off the puck, the one half of the headphones, and you can actually attach that to your shaft, and that will act as a mini controller. So you can go through your settings, your pre-settings, everything, even your own presets that you've built in the machine. You can see and have access to that. I don't know if you are able to see any. If you go over target, see any IDs. I'm not sure, but that's something to look forward to. We'll
yes, you can. Yeah.
Oh, you can actually see the IDs on the headphones screen?
Yep, exactly. And that's why it's got that bigger screen, which is pretty neat. So they've actually enhanced the headphones so that you can use those WS6s as a controller. So if you want to save, in the future when they're selling those coils separately, you can buy the headphones and get away with the more affordable controller if that's the way you want to go.
Yeah.
And then later on, like I said, you can add those WS82 headphones as your headphones, which will then work with that controller. So just having a look, so those buttons, obviously you've seen on that controller, they're going to be a little bit more positive. They've made an improvement there.
Not as recessed as the old controller.
Yeah, so my thing is I always wear gloves. Sorry, guys. I enjoy wearing my gloves because when you're on videos, you've got these dirty hands, I think, but also I'm scratching the whole time.
I complain about it all the time.
So, another cool feature when you switch the controller on, the headphones will switch on automatically. When you switch the controller off, the headphones will switch off automatically. So there's no need to manually, you can obviously switch it manually on, but it will go on by itself and off by itself, which is pretty neat. And then a lot of guys are asking, is Coke, can you reject Coke? So, for the guys in South Africa, Coke is, like a hot rock. It's quite bad in Europe and the UK. And if in the past, if you had discriminated out Coke, you could be discriminating out your golds, for example. And the question was asked, and we actually had Gary who said, obviously one of the features of a multi-frequency is the fact that I've got the wider band and they can actually tune in. And yes, you could look at discriminating out the Coke with lesser risk of losing out on the gold because of that multi-frequency functionality. But I would probably still not want to reject it, but if you are inclined to do so, you've probably got less chance of missing out gold this time around. So that was something that was mentioned, stand out. And then one of the main features that they're mentioning in their marketing material, and I think this is important, is deep ID. So meaning if in the past, if you had a deep target, you might not be able to see the VDI on the screen. This time around, you can go deep, and it will actually be able to confidently tell you on the VDI exactly what it is without jumping around. So that'll be quite stable. Guys are asking about ground balancing. There's still going to be the 3 options. So you'll be able to do the ground grab, which is quite neat, quite quick. And then the tracking. So as you move along, it will automatically ground balance. And then some programs will also allow you to do the manual ground balance like before. Let's have a look. What else is there?
While you have a look at that, Seattle Ring Hunter, let's see how the Deus II can do on gold chains and earring studs. I'm 100% confident that that won't be a problem, especially with the simultaneous multi-frequency coming out. Also, that the fact that they've bumped up the frequency to a high of 45 kilohertz. Yeah. I think that higher frequency is really going to help to sniff out those finer gold.
And also for gold prospecting and gold detecting, that 45 is in the zone there with some of the existing gold machines that are out on the market as well.
Yeah.
Alrighty, yeah. So I think we've pretty much covered
all good from your side.
Yeah, I think we're good. Just must hurry up and get here. I can't wait to get it in my hands. Sure.
Awesome, man.
Exciting.
John, yeah, well, I think we've been on the stream for a long time. Thanks so much. I appreciate you being here. Again, John is the distributor for XP metal detectors in South Africa. So go to all of his socials and check out what they're doing. And then obviously make sure to follow the Zarps Facebook group. We will be letting you guys know as soon as the stock is here. So, yeah. John, thanks a lot. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for taking the time.
Leon, yeah, there's if you guys want to learn more about the Deus II, have a look at this group. I'm actually going to put it in the comments. I've been enjoying this group. A lot of good info. A lot of guys.
Is it on the Facebook group?
It is a Facebook group. It's not our group.
Let me share it quick.
Group. I see Rectons. The guys are on there. They answer a lot of the questions, a lot of knowledge going around on that group. So go and check it out.
So have a look. The group is called XP Deus II FMF.
I'll put the link in the comments. Go and check it out.
Awesome.
Yeah. Cool, guys. Thanks for listening in, and have a good weekend, guys. And Leon, thanks for having us. Really appreciate it. And you've started a trend now with your gear talk. You need to follow it through. We'll see you next weekend.
Yeah, cool. Thanks, John. Appreciate it. Have a good night. I'm going to kick you off. Cheers.
Bye.
Right, guys. Yeah, man. So before I kick off and end the stream, I'm going to go through a few of the comments just quickly and then end it off. Stephen, does the Deus II have a clock time option on the screen? I think I did see someone mention that. I think that is going to be there. But if it isn't, you can always just wear a watch, buddy. Seattle Ring Hunter. How well does the pick up a gold wedding ring pile of iron scrap? I'd be surprised. I don't think there are many machines that would be able to do that, but have a go and maybe do a video show, share it with us. Backstrap headphones mess with your neck? No, it doesn't. It is odd. If you've never used a XP machine in the past, the first time I used those headphones, it was odd, it was weird, but it is really nice. You get used to it really quickly. And the nice thing about it doesn't cover your ear. So when someone is next to you and talking to you, you can actually hear them perfectly and also hear the sound in your headphones. So that's actually a good question. Thanks for that. Then Fossey, Zarps, this Sunday, Maya Videos is helping me launch my 200 subs comment video. Please invite all guys. So Fossey is in the comments. Go check out his channel. It's really hard getting subscribers on YouTube, and if we have a good community, please make sure that you pop onto his channel this Sunday on Marlon's live stream as well. Maya Videos, who's also a moderator tonight, helping me out. So thanks for that. Appreciate it, Marlon. Any elliptical coils currently comparable with the Deus II? At the moment, there aren't any elliptical coils. They are giving us 3 options for the Deus II, which is the 11-inch, the 9-inch, and I think there's going to be a large coil. I'm not 100% sure on the size. I did see on their website, you can go check it out to see the size. They are showing 3 different coils. So I have heard rumors that they will be doing more coils and more attachments and so on in the future. We'll just have to see and see what comes up. Oh, just go through here, Coke, just like cutting. We've seen that. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, man, I don't think there's anything else. Again, guys, if you enjoyed the stream, please make sure to give it a like. If you're new to this channel, subscribe, check out our videos. We are in South Africa doing relic hunting, mostly Boer War. But Gear Talk Fridays, I'm going to try and do this more often, talk about gear, all sorts of machines, not just XP, not just Nocta Macro, but everything. Have a few guests on here. And so when I do these live streams, follow our socials in the description, join us for these, and we can just talk, geek out about equipment, ask questions, and learn and enjoy this hobby. So yeah, thanks again for everybody for being here. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next episode. So let's end the stream and enjoy your weekend. Guys, I really appreciate all of you being here.